was that?
The cord.
Oh.
Hey, I'm live, but you can't fucking hear me. All right, no one's
What's
watching.
up, all you sucker MCs?
A lot of sucker MCs out here.
A lot of sucker MCs.
Okay, let's text some people. Let's get the live stream fucking going. I wish when you started a live stream on the desktop, you would get a notification from the YouTube app on your phone to let you like fucking share it.
I used to.
But I do like once you're live, you can share the link directly to the live stream. We're live. Oh, we got one viewer. What's up, motherfucker?
Doesn't it usually say when somebody joins?
Only if they enter the chat. Because they can watch without entering the chat. Ooh, Yana Podcast mentioned you and something. Like, I don't fucking know. Motherfucker.
See, I have post notifications on. Well, I guess this isn't a post. Is it? This wouldn't. I swear, it should give you the notification when you go live, though.
I don't know anything anymore.
I do have a notification. No, that's not even it.
You know what? Well, my mom should watch because Kona's at her grandma's house.
What's up? 76 South Shay.
Oh, fucking Shay Tournaire.
We had three people in here.
Oh, I got a notification when you guys went live.
Okay.
So YouTube is doing their job. What's up?
Why didn't I? I have the notifications on. That's all right. There was three people in here, though. Now there's two. So whoever left.
So somebody is a fucking flake.
Yeah. Oh, they're back. They're back.
Hey.
Or maybe it's not them. Maybe it's somebody else, but who cares? Now there's four. We're climbing, guys. Did you
Let's get
text
people in
Marigold?
Here. Yes.
Directly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm also going to text the Red Rocket.
Yeah. Do Bobby, too.
Bobby.
Rebuito.
Oh, Mr. Pila hyphen something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dog, look at the tail on that guy. It's 90 degrees.
No, bro, that's a right angle mole.
Rare. I wish we could show you.
I hope the wife lets him watch. Because this is going to get pretty fucking raunchy. Should I text Maddie? I'm going to do it.
She should not be seeing this.
I would love for Maddie to watch us on YouTube. This is our work number.
Oh, I was about to text her too.
Sorry if shit's quiet right now. We're trying to get everybody to like tune in. We should text people beforehand.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes before, hey, we're going live in 5 minutes.
Like, we're lucky we got on when we said we would be on because we were like, oh shit, we got 1 minute.
You know, it's funny. I set everything up. I opened YouTube and there was like 2 more minutes. And I was like, okay, you know, let's get this set up and then we can just click go. And then I just saw the clock turn 8:30 and I'm like, fuck. Can we not just be on time? Should I text Uncle Fern? I'm going to do it.
Oh, no.
No?
I mean, no. Don't text him right now. We should talk. We should group text and check up on him.
I'm going to text the Ginger too because he might be up already.
Because, you know, I've been thinking about Uncle Fern too. I don't know why I haven't texted him.
Because Uncle Fern is one of those special people that you meet in life that you remember, even though you don't really have a real reason to.
Yeah,
they made an impression on you.
I always remember him. He was just great, you know.
Yeah. Uncle Fern is a customer of ours where it was a job where it was just me and Bonzo did the whole job, and we made a pretty good personal connection.
He's very relatable and very unrelatable.
Yeah, he's like, imagine if Smokey Robinson was just a Navy SEAL.
Imagine if Smokey Robinson kept talking, but
And
never
never
said
stopped,
anything.
Baby, let's cruise. You know. Yeah. That's okay. So we have to talk about Uncle Fern.
All
and
right.
On the next episode, we have to make a mention of Uncle Fern.
Okay.
So our podcast is called the Yana Podcast, and it's not actually Yana. It's actually because
That's where
that
we
customer,
got it from. Fern, Uncle Fern.
The connection is shit. Oh, okay. Well, have a good night, bro. This will be on the channel, so you can watch it
said
later.
that?
Ola.
Oh,
But so Uncle Fern was a customer of ours. Like I said, that we both worked on his house, and
it was
we
like
made
probably over a week or about a week.
It was like 2 full weeks. It was
Yeah?
just me and you.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a real shitty job to do, honestly. Like, if it had been for another customer, I probably would not have been that jazzed about it.
But
No.
I was happy to go there every day.
Yeah, because I mean, one, it was me and you, so that's always dope.
Yeah.
But then
Uncle Fern,
Uncle Fern was the shit, dude. He would kick us out at 4 every day.
Yeah.
You know how nice it is for the
Bye.
customer to tell you have to leave at 4.
He
Get out
would
of my
not
house.
let us work late days.
He would
which
start
was
putting our
awesome.
shit away himself,
He
dude.
we'd be doing stuff and we come back and half of our stuff is put away and we're like, he's like, bye.
But
I'll get the rest. Like, okay.
The funniest thing about Uncle Fern was he would do all these name drops, and
he is probably like 40 years older than us.
yeah, he's like early to mid 50s.
Yeah, and he's like dropping all these old.
His son gave us some of his art. Uncle Fern's
yeah.
son is a fantastic artist. He paints,
Yeah.
he draws, super talented, and he
Super
does it
good.
all, he says in his own words, for the art of it. You know,
he's not trying to make money.
and
or
we
anything.
saw while we were doing the patio door in his bedroom a bunch of like the things he had just sketched on the floor that he thought they were good enough to frame them, and he was like,
just
"You guys
hadn't
can just
painted
take any
them."
if you want. You know, you can
We're
take
like,
some."
What?
And we're like, "Oh, that's
I
so
wanted
fucking
to take
dope."
all of them, but
Remember,
I was
they
like,
wrote us each letters. They wrote us.
they gave us
personal
cards
letters.
after
They
we
gave us
finished.
money.
Yeah, they gave us like a card, like, you know, a birthday card, but like a thank you card with money inside of it saying thanks for doing such a great job and being great people. And it's like, wow.
Yeah,
Loyalty.
honestly, so awesome. But me and Pono over the years, you know, we just always pick things that we hear that we think are funny or interesting, and they
And
just
we'll keep it
become part of
going.
our lexicon, our friendship
Yeah.
lexicon. So what Uncle Fern would do is, you know, we'd ask him, "Hey, do you want us to do the trim like this or this?" And he would look at us and he would wince and go, "You know, you guys will figure it out.
Do it. You
Do it. You're the experts. You know, I just, you know."
And he would always do like
that stuck. So, you know, for like, this was about like 3-4 months ago this was
this
last year.
Last year.
This was before
happened.
Ronies.
Yeah, way before that.
Holy
dude.
shit. I didn't even
Way
think about
before
that. And so Uncle Fern is, sup, Norbit. We called you
Oh.
Norbit on a previous podcast because we don't want to say your
Your
name.
name.
You're a fucking hairy bitch. Okay? Okinawan. Whatever.
Yeah, we called you
Oh,
Norbit. He knew.
Thanks, Mahina. Shout out to Mrs. Bablo Escobango. She cuts my hair. I miss you too, dog. I hope you're doing well. I know you're doing well. I know
Miss
you're killing
my
motherfuckers.
brother.
Remember our friend Norbert from a couple episodes back? He wrestles in college. He's in the chat now, and we fucking love that guy. We miss that guy.
He's here.
But that's where the title of the podcast comes from, because we were thinking about it while we were working in Wailua.
Yeah, we were like, what are we gonna call it? And I was just like, yeah. And
we were
like,
like, yeah. So, you know, oh, okay. So he actually brought up a pretty nice little story that we can talk about. I have to pee first because this is.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Yeah, we got 10 people, so
This is fucking great.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
so whoever you 10 are, drop a comment so we can see. You know, just say hi.
So we know who to cut off. Yes, buddy.
And put
My water-
something in the comments if you want us to talk about it or whatever. You know, or just say hi. Do you need help? No?
Sometimes he can do it. Sometimes the cap is on.
Oh, he got it. And he drinks like you, which is horrible. Oh boy, he's gulping.
You know why? Because he drinks water 3 times a day. So this is one of those. that makes it count.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but he said that Dylan drinks water 3 times a day, and this is one of those times, so he better make it count.
He refuses.
We were talking about this though earlier. Like, remember when we were kidding, you like never drank water, but now it's you need to have it all the time.
Dog, if I am 30 minutes late for work and I'm on the freeway and I forgot my water, I'll.
You know what I realized? It's not just the water. It's just I'm always drinking something. If not drinking water, I'm at home and I'm drinking an alcoholic beverage.
Honestly, yeah.
I have to be drinking something. I need liquids or fluids to survive, which everybody does. But I guess as a kid, you kind of just, I think because all the sugars that you eat as a kid and all that stuff just works up your body so fast.
Yeah, and you're also not thinking about that. Like, probably if you were to strain real hard, I mean, you probably wouldn't remember. But when you're a little kid, you know, you're playing and you'd probably be super fucking thirsty. Hey, shout out Paradise. Pair of dice.
Pair of mice.
Pair
and
of
Massimo.
fucking dice, dog. Yeah, anyway, okay, so I'll tell
I'm Banine now.
Banine. You don't even anime. All right, so Mr. Norbit wanted me to talk about a pretty good story. And this is actually during the Swiftathon that we talked about on the Storytime live stream. So our friend Norbit, we back in 2017, summer of 2017, we spent 2 weeks, 14 days straight just doing drugs. It was just like a legendary romp. Like,
well, we talked about that.
Well, yeah, but listening back to the episode, I felt like it didn't hit as much as it hits for us because we were there. And it was just one of those things, like, you had to be there showing up to work fucked up every day and just doing drugs every day and being drunk every night, and just how much of a ramp up that was from the already doing that every night that we were doing. It's not like, oh, we just kept doing it. Is we ramped it up for 2 weeks every fucking day, you know? So, but anyway, one of the first 2 or 3 nights that we were doing the fucking Swiftathon. Bitch. Yeah, give me back all the fucking vapes you lost that I let you borrow.
Bars.
Puff bars.
What are you, a 12-year-old?
Fuck out of here. I did buy some from him.
Yeah, not from him, but I got one, like a lychee one or something after I got this. And it's just like, once, I feel like if you have this, like, what does it do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So, me and Norbit, we were leaving the trap house, and me and Norbit were rolling. You hadn't rolled before.
About?
The Swiftathon. He's talking about.
He said something like the road disappeared.
Let me tell the story.
Okay.
So you smoke cigs. No, you better not smoke cigs. You're a fucking college athlete. If I see you with a cigarette in your mouth, I'm gonna castrate you and fucking amber glaze your balls and put them on my cheek.
But I don't smoke that poison. I smoke them American Naturals.
Yeah, keep putting laugh emojis. I swear to God, if you're smoking, I'll fucking fuck you in the ass.
He is. I seen him.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm not hard yet. But so me and Norbit, we rolled that night. You hadn't rolled yet. You didn't want to yet.
Yeah.
So you just drank and like hung out with us.
I can't stand the lighting thing.
I know. We'll get a good camera one day, guys. I promise.
Yeah. There we go. But now I'm. Fuck it.
Anyway,
you guys can hear us.
So we rolled. We took ecstasy. We had a great night. It was a great time. And then I think me and Norbit.
Oh hell yeah!
Me and Norbit.
We just need to get a different interface system so we can hook up more than 2. Because right now we just have 2 mics and that's all we can do.
Bro, we'll probably be able to do it before you come back because we'll just be able to like Skype you in or something. We're gonna get that figured out. We're gonna get that figured out.
And also we'll get a bigger interface system. So
I'm trying to tell the story. I'm trying to tell the fucking story. So
the story.
I can't remember exactly why I left the trap house and went with Norbit back to his house, but I think I was rolling and he was rolling too. So I was like, well, I'm gonna stick with him, because you were just drinking that night, and then I think you had already gone to bed. So we got in the car, and while we were rolling, one of our favorite things to do was
or not early, but I'll just go.
Yeah, he just wouldn't say anything to anybody, which if you knew our friend group, you'd know how fucked up that was. But say goodnight. Say goodnight to your friends, motherfuckers. Don't be an asshole. Say goodnight to your friends.
Used to, but what had happened was I would do that, and then you guys would keep me hostage outside. So I just stopped doing it. I'm like, I'm gotta go in.
Not every time. Don't lie, motherfucker.
Not every time, but certain people would do it, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, only when you go to their house.
Yeah, but still,
This was at the trap house I'm talking about.
I was just worried, and I was intoxicated, so I didn't know if it was. I don't know. Things.
Anyway, so
Come on.
me and Norbit go back to his house, and one thing that we like to do when we were taking ecstasy a lot is also whack at fucking computer air dusters while we were rolling, because it just makes it feel awesome. It just intensifies the feeling. I won't go too much into it because I don't want to tell you how good it really is. So I don't want you to try it. Nobody out there try it. But me and Norbit are driving back to his house, and neither of us were in the state to drive. No way at all. And we were living in Ev Beach at the time, and his house is in YPO. Actually, like right around the corner from over
Pretty
here.
close, yeah.
Super close. But we were driving there, and we were just whacking the air duster the whole time. Because when you're coming down from the rolls, you are a good driver. You did a great job. When you're coming down from the roll, you're just trying to think of any way you can to extend the feeling because you don't want it to go away, right? Kind of like any other drug. So I just said you're a fucking good driver. Or is there a delay between what they hear in the chat? I don't know.
Probably a little bit.
Fuck you anyway. But Norbit is a good driver. I'm better, but he's a good driver.
I'm
especially fucked up. But we're driving back, and we're like almost to his house. We're like 10 minutes away. And one of the things about the air duster, even without ecstasy, is it creates a pretty dissociative experience. So like you'll just completely detach from reality and hallucinate very heavily. And I'm fucked up, so I'm like, well, he's driving, but that doesn't mean he can't keep whacking the air duster while we're driving, right? So we're crossing that bridge that goes into like Mililani Malka, like right before you get to like the Patsy T Mink Park and shit. And he's like, let me whack that shit. And he whacks it, and we're driving. I whack it, whatever. We're just listening to EDM, just kind of slowly nodding our heads, on the back end of an ecstasy experience.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, and I'm like, you good? Yeah, we're all fucked up. And he's like, I don't know. After I hit that last one, the road kind of disappeared for a while, like 10 minutes.
You remember the first time
the first time you took an air duster?
Well, we can talk about that, but I was talking about our friend, Legit.
Noelani Legit.
Yeah.
Noelani Legit. Shout out Noelani Legit.
And then he did it. He's like, I don't even feel anything.
Whoa. Okay, but way better than that was Bonzo. And I had tried it a few times because my dad was always gone. My dad worked a lot.
Love you, my boy Liam.
Love you too. Love you. Hey, listen to the rest of this later, you fucker. But
all right, dog.
Anyway, so we were with Kenny K in the car.
Oh yeah.
And we used to just get super high after school, smoke a bunch of weed with Kenny K, and then he would take us in his car that didn't have windows and like was missing a door.
No, it didn't have door handles because he had that button to open them, but the button stopped working.
So he had to reach inside, like
pull the
inside panel of the door was gone, and he had to like reach inside the frame of the door to unlock it, like by hand. Anyway, so we're in the car, and he used to it was a standard. So he used to, and it had some balls on it.
It was like a Ford Fiat or something, or what a Ford Fiesta or something like that.
Yeah, like some little like rally car kind of thing. But those things have fucking balls on them. Those things can go.
And it was
like a Prius. A Prius can hit like 150.
And it was standard.
Yeah. So we would just yank that shit down Pahakapuna.
We was going down Pahakapuna.
We'd go from Baby C Walls and just yank it all the way to Eva Beach Road, basically, like back to Fort Weaver.
I remember that much. We were coming back down, heading eastbound.
While we were doing that, I was whacking the air duster. Everybody else in the car was a little bit, fucking.
We were doing some other stuff.
Yeah, we were already high, I guarantee.
But then I never did it before, and
he saw me do it. And he was like, okay, let me try that shit.
Let me try it.
So
How do you do it? How do you do it?
You put the t-shirt over the nozzle, you inhale, you hold the exhale, and then, we're going like 95 miles an hour.
Yeah, we are
down a one-lane residential road next to the beach. Okay, this is, if you know Pahakapuna Road,
we're flying.
It is way too fast to be going down this road.
Hyper speed.
And then this fucker is in the front passenger seat. I'm in the back, and I just see him stick his head.
I thought I was in the back seat.
No. You're in the front.
See?
You're in the passenger seat, and you stuck your head out the window, and you put your arms out like this, and you go, "Hot dog, This is the best drug I ever did, you fuckers! Ah! While we're going down the fucking road. And that was only the beginning of our drug doing adventures.
That was the beginning of
that was only the beginning of that shit, dog.
A lot of bad.
How did we start talking about that?
Liam said to tell the story of when he forgot about the road.
You mean Norbit? Liam is his fake name.
No, Liam is a different guy.
No. That's his name on Grindr. But yeah, but in real life he's Norbit.
Yeah, Norbit.
Right.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, he said to tell that story.
I was thinking of somebody else.
He retracted a bunch of fucking messages. Look at that.
Oh, how do you do that?
I don't know. I guess you can retract the message.
Oh yeah, because I was gonna say it might be because he left, but some of them are still there.
Dog, there should be way more than 7 people in here.
There was 10. Liam left, but see, now there's 6.
So another person just left. Well, the 6 of you that are in right now on the live stream, you guys are the real ones. Anyone who leaves the live stream, even momentarily, is dead to us. So
you don't have to leave it. You can do other stuff and just let it play. Most of the time when I listen to stuff on YouTube, it's just there in case I start listening.
Maddie just said, like I know how to make a comment on YouTube. You know? She put Yano. Look, she put YAH. She put Yano. She's British. She doesn't get things.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But she's like, have a good night. Okay, I'll take that.
So Maddie is like our HR / I don't know. She does stuff in the office
She does a lot of stuff that makes our company run.
I think everything.
She makes sure
everything financially she does.
Yeah, she makes sure we're in compliance with like payroll, taxes,
and everything else. Actually, I didn't know she does like anything legally. She knows about everything off the top of her head, which is
because
crazy.
You know they're the head honchos, and then there's all us boys, and we do you know the actual like work and everything like that. But they make sure that when the government comes to check what the fuck we're doing,
though, is that Maddie is like, you can go up to the office and ask her anything about anything that has to do with like legal stuff and working and compliance, and she just knows it off the top of her head. She's like, well, I can't do her accent, but like in section D 154, it says this.
In section B 154, it says that you probably shouldn't be drawing breasts on your receipts with the work card.
It's you guys, so
I understand. I have whiteout for that specific reason.
She's awesome, though.
She's the best, dude. She's awesome. Her husband is cool as shit too. I met him at the Christmas party last year.
She used to be a smoker.
Well, she's British.
I just never. You see her and you're like, oh, this is a nice lady that never drinks or smokes. Oh, does she drink?
No, she's a wonderful British lady.
Never thought
who moved
of it,
who married an American man and now lives in Kailua. So yeah, she doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore.
Not anymore, but she still drank.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she drank.
Her and her husband drank.
She drank.
Yeah, I had actually a really good conversation with her husband when I met him at the Christmas party last year, which that was almost a year ago.
Well, December is coming up.
You know what I mean? Oh, I'm so psyched for the Christmas party, dude.
We ain't gonna have one.
Yeah, we are.
Shit, we might.
If we have to have it on Zoom, we will have a fucking Christmas party this year.
I'm down with that.
Hell yeah. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi.
Thanks for tuning in. We were talking about you earlier and how awesome you are. She probably really enjoys her Friday nights because my little sister is probably with her grandma. So Mom's probably either with her boyfriend or riding solo. You know what I mean? You know how it is when your kids are gone.
Either way, she riding.
Big chiller.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That was dirty.
Hey, Captain Tennessee's in here. Shout out Captain Tennessee.
Captain T?
Ronies is why we wouldn't have a Christmas party, bud.
Did he text you that?
Yeah, well, he said he was watching, and I was like, come back. And he's like, why won't we have a Christmas party this year? Captain Tennessee is one of our coworkers. He's one of the best guys we know. Yeah, but that's why I said, even if we have to do it on Zoom, we're having a fucking Christmas party. And if I don't see anybody drinking on there and getting progressively more drunk, guess what? Guess the fuck what? I'm gonna go to your temperature log down in the shop.
Oh, I'm gonna put 105.
Yeah, dog. I'm gonna fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
So
I'll kick you out.
Honestly, we should like do some hacking and find out who tunes into the live stream, and everyone who doesn't will do that. We're gonna fuck up your temperature log at work.
Yeah.
Which, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
That we have a temperature log
like,
at work. My life partner,
in.
my lady, my love, the light of my life. She has a picture of our son as her screensaver, but he's wearing a mask, and it's this really adorable picture. He has these wonderful bright eyes that shine in the light and everything like that, and he's obviously a very beautiful and wonderful young boy. But he was wearing a mask, and
motherfucker.
You know, those are two words I've never heard my mom say out loud.
Well, she hasn't said them yet.
Oh, she said them. I haven't heard them. But shout out, Mom. My mom's hitting. Are you knitting or hitting a sweater? Because one of those.
Oh, she hitting that big sweater.
She's like, Coco's gone. My boyfriend's coming over. I'm hitting that sweater.
She's hitting them hitters.
Knitting. Okay, she's knitting.
She hitting it.
Oh God, that's so awesome. I love you, Mom.
I hope.
When Coco comes back home on Sunday, we'll call on Google Duo.
Captain Tennessee said, "I'll be getting hammered at the Christmas party, bud." For sure. I hope. I know you
are.
Yeah.
I know you are.
You got the shine.
If you don't, I'll take all the orange tape off your fucking star bits. So you won't.
All your tools.
Yeah. Good luck screwing anything in. Because we don't use Phillips bits, motherfucker. We use Torx bits.
I'll take the lift kit off your Jeep, boy.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, I'll scrape all your bumper stickers off your Jeep, motherfucker. And say they weren't PC enough.
I'll take your doors off your Jeep and lock them up.
Yo, dog, if you don't get drunk at the Christmas party, I'm going to go tell the people that work at the vegan food place next to us that you have a cornhole box with a fucking Confederate flag on it. They'll find your ass, bro. They'll find you.
I'll eat your cornholes. Oh, that's right, B-boy. Oh, that's right, B-boy. Oh, that's right. Oh, see, this time it's you, not me. Remember last time I died at the end? Do you remember?
I feel bad for coughing. Because in 2020,
the 11th night of September,
two towers went down. Remember. Allahu Akbar today. Oh, yeah. You look habibi.
Just explosion sounds in the fucking asterisks.
My condolences to anyone who lost loved members. Oh, dude, you know what I saw today that actually really warmed my heart?
What?
Now, I don't have a lot of political stances. We don't, honestly, it's just not something that's part of our lives. I
could care less about politics.
So I don't really care about Trump, but I do care about America in the United States. I'm a patriot, I love my country. I love being an American. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being Americans. More Dad. Mom was born an American, but thanks, Dad, for becoming an American. I love you, honey. But I had to go pick up Dilly Doo from his grandparents, and they live like right off Fort Weaver Road. Yeah. So I usually don't drive that way to go home, but I went to go pick him up after work today. And right in front of Queens West, there were a shitload of people out there waving American flags. There were a lot of Trump flags out there too, which was good to see, just in that like they weren't getting attacked. You know, like people weren't like pulling over and screaming at them for flying Trump flags.
Not a thing anymore.
No, it is, because it happened in Kaneohe like last week. Like people were out there waving flags and signs for Trump, and like there was a bunch of videos on Hungry Hawaiian of people being like, "Fuck you, you're a piece of shit," and a couple of people got attacked for like wearing MAGA hats.
Well, they can say what they want, but I guess when it gets physical, then
no, exactly. Yeah. And it was good to see that nobody was attacking them. And I mean, yeah, it's 9/11. They're also waving American flags. You know, like you really have to not give a fuck about your country and have no patriotism in your heart to attack someone waving an American flag, regardless of their political stance. Because that's the whole point of America. That's the whole point of our 50 stars, our stars and stripes, our Constitution. Fuck the Eagles, but the bald eagle that flies over our country.
is that just recently there's this thing that's like Hawaiians for Trump that just got super big like in the last week. And Uncle Sam, not everybody's Uncle Sam, but our Uncle Sam, the one that makes t-shirts.
How fitting.
He's the one that makes all the shirts for that. So he's got a big gig going right now for all of that. But it's like
he should play both sides of the fence. You should start making Biden shirts too.
Well, I don't think he's political in it in any way.
No, this is a business thing.
Yeah, he's just making the shirts.
Just like arms dealers. You sell to both sides of the war.
Yeah, he makes shirts. That's all he does. But it was like before, well, it was actually right around the same time I seen him making the shirts. Then there's this whole big campaign for like Hawaiians for Trump. And it was like, my thing is like, I don't care. I'm not political. I don't care who you like. It doesn't bother me. But it's like, I know a lot of you guys just a month ago were all fuck Trump, this and that. And it's like, now you're on the other side of the fence. Like, how are you going to change so fast?
It's just like all those people who suddenly have a new team.
Is why I don't get into
They have
politics.
a new team at first half in the Super Bowl. Those are the same people.
The main reason.
Those are the same people who were diehard fucking like Jets fans. And then halfway through the Super Bowl, you see a Kansas City flag outside their house. You know, same type of flaky.
Oh, let's talk about
that's a fuck boy. Those are fuck boys.
When the Super Bowl rolls around, and right after the Super Bowl, you see all these brand new flags on these people's cars. Like, oh no, if it's not old, dog, you weren't running it.
Filipinos are the biggest culprits of that shit.
You weren't running it before.
You know how many like Filipino kids I see wearing Golden State shit because their dad bought it for them 5 years ago.
God. That was
they don't even watch basketball.
The biggest bandwagon ever was the Golden State thing.
100%. 100%.
Everybody 100%. And their mamas was just all Golden State.
Now,
like, honestly, before Steph Curry got there and that whole thing blew up, I didn't even know Golden State was a team.
No.
To be 100% honest,
they were one of those teams where if you're gonna play 2K with your friend and you hit random for the teams and you landed on Golden State, they'd be like, okay, you can go again. You know, I
didn't even know they were a team.
I thought the only teams in California were the Lakers and the Clippers and the Kings. Lakers, Clippers, Kings. Yeah. The Golden State Warriors. Yeah. Fuck off! You couldn't even call yourself something California.
Yeah.
Well, it is the Golden State. There's no gold there anymore. There's been no gold there since the Gold Rush. There was gold for like the first 3 months of the Gold Rush, and then there was just a toothless motherfucker sifting through rivers.
And whatever that other guy's name
Klay
is.
Thompson. Yeah. I don't have a problem with Draymond Green,
but I'm not too much into basketball anymore. My thing was that I was into basketball for a little bit, and the Celtics were always my team. But then when like Raj Rondo and Kevin Garnett and
Ray Allen,
Paul Pierce,
Ray Allen, they had a fucking team,
had the
dude.
Stacked team.
They had a fucking
and then
team.
all of them left, and I was like, whatever. So I mean, I was still a fan, but I'm like, I'm not gonna watch because I know there's nothing there.
Well, see, and then here's the biggest problem with the Warriors.
When I seen Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, I was like, oh, the Clippers got something going.
I love Blake Griffin,
and it was like I just like Blake Griffin and Chris Paul together. So I was like, I can get with the Clippers, and then they left. But it's like, well, now I'm kind of a Clippers fan and a Celtics fan, but number one is Celtics.
When it comes to the NBA, I'm more of a player fan. I have no qualms in saying that when it comes to basketball,
everybody says about basketball. Though.
Ultimately, I'm a LeBron James fan. Wherever LeBron James goes, I'm going to be rooting for that team. Now, there are other players that I like.
I am not the opposite, not like wherever he goes, I'll hate, but it's like I respect him as a player. I don't really care for him that much, but
he's not a fan.
I'm a fan where I like to watch his stuff. Like I know he balls out, but
I'm not. You want to see the best basketball?
Yeah, and it's like I know LeBron wherever he goes is gonna be good, but I'm not gonna follow his team. Like I wasn't with the who was he with the Cavaliers and then the
Miami
Heat, and then now he's on the Lakers. It's like I'm not gonna follow him, but I would like to watch the games that he plays.
Honestly, I mean because those are going to be the best games.
I'm not a hater on. I was for a little bit when he started getting big, just because I was such a big Michael Jordan fan, and people were like, "Oh, he's better than Michael Jordan." It's like I didn't understand at the time where it's like he's better now, like in comparison.
Who, LeBron or Michael?
LeBron. They're saying like LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, and it's like
LeBron is different than Michael Jordan.
That's what I mean. It's like they're two different players, and it's like they're better.
The only
than
two all-time players you can really compare, in my opinion, are Kobe and Michael. That's the only comparison to make at the pinnacle of basketball.
But even yet,
don't even talk about LeBron because LeBron is way more well-rounded than both of those players.
Yeah, but at
and
the same time,
LeBron's work it goes off the court.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. LeBron is not just a basketball player, and neither were Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Black Mamba.
Yeah,
but
that's sad.
But if we're talking about basketball,
and his daughter.
Yeah, rest in peace, Gianna Bryant.
That's crazy.
You know, that was one of.
I remember that day.
That was the first sports death that really hit me.
9/11. Like I don't remember that, but I can say I remember the day that
I heard Kobe died.
His plane or his helicopter went down because
I couldn't believe it.
It was first.
I thought it was fake news.
I was up in the morning. I think it was on a weekend. It might have not been, but it might have been on a work day. But I was up, and I got a notification on my phone from something that like never notified me before, and it was like Kobe Bryant dead, and I was like.
Oh, there's only 4 people now. You guys are the real ones.
And I was like, this is fake. But I was like, but wait, what if it isn't? So I like clicked on it. And then I was like, it was just one article. And I was like, nah. So I started looking and I went on Instagram and the whole thing. And I was like, no fucking way this is real. And then I text my dad. And when he was like, oh, yeah, I was like, oh, shit, it is real.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really confirmed it. I text my dad.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure for even that time.
Well, see, like Michael Jordan, if you're not a fan of Michael Jordan, you're just not a fan of of humanity. You're not a fan of art. You're not a fan of sports. Because Michael Jordan was someone who changed sports. He changed world culture. He changed shoes. He changed shorts. You know, men didn't wear baggy shorts before Michael Jordan. You know, Michael Jordan invented shorts that touched your knee.
Yeah.
You know?
How's that?
Air Jordans. All these fucking Filipinos, Asian hype beasts. No, there's only 4. There's only 4.
There's 5. What happened to everybody? 4. Oh, yeah. What happened to everybody?
Anyway, if you're not a fan of Michael Jordan, you're just not a fan of humanity, honestly, in my opinion, because Michael Jordan is such an influential figure just to the average person as a result of you can be great through hard work. You know, because I won't say he wasn't talented, but a big part of Michael Jordan's story is that not only was he talented, he's the perfect cross-section of talent and that fucking killer mentality, the eye of the tiger.
A fucking athlete.
The eye of the tiger, you know what I mean? He got cut off the varsity team in high school. He you know, they didn't want to give him a scholarship at North Carolina. They wanted to sign white players, but they had to sign him. And that was something that I went through personally with high school football because I played for Campbell. I'm from Hawaii, born and raised, but I'm not Hawaiian. I'm not Polynesian in any way. Culturally, I'm Hawaiian because that's where I grew up. I grew up in the shade of Haleakala, and I became who I am in Pu'uloa, Ahupua'a, Pu'uloa. Do you know what Ahupua'a you were born in? Then you're not Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And don't Google it. If you had to Google it, fuck you're not Hawaiian. I don't care if you're 95% Hawaiian. I'm more Hawaiian than you because I know this shit and I have known this shit. Anywho, I became a fan of them at a very young age because my dad had this DVD set that was like the Michael Jordan like anthology, like life story, you know. And I used to watch those all the time. And I honestly, to God, did not give a shit about basketball, but I was just like captivated by this documentary because of this amazing person who did these amazing things. Not against all odds. He didn't have the worst life. He had a great family, honestly, who was very supportive of him. And he's given all credit due to his mom and his dad.
Nobody has really done anything like
alone
sports against all odds. Like,
no,
nobody.
You had so much help.
Against
just like Tom Segura said, it's like, oh, really? You were 6'8" in high school. No one helped you.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that was just all your work ethic.
Yeah. It's like no one against all odds would mean like you went to war, got your arm blew off, came back and got cancer 5 times. And lost your leg, and then you still become like an NBA champion. Like that's against all odds. Mm-hmm. But nobody's done that.
If Ryan Shazier didn't retire yesterday,
did he retire yesterday?
He released his official retirement.
He'd been done because
no. See, he got that back injury, and he had to like relearn how to walk and everything.
I know that
he was still on the Steelers reserve.
That was not against all odds. That was against one odd.
Well, I mean, all physical odds, because your spine is literally the linchpin of your entire movement.
Yeah, but that's not all odds. That's what I mean. One odd. Like
as far as sports goes, yeah. As far as being the ability to play a sport, But okay, I guess you're right.
Not
because,
mentally, he was fine mentally,
and not financially, not business wise. There's nobody like holding. Okay, so
That's,
you're right.
I'm not saying he didn't. He got fucked.
Shout
up.
out to Ryan Shazier.
He got fucked up.
Great player.
He came back. Kind of.
No matter what the team is, I love a great
back?
player. He didn't get the chance. Or
he can walk.
He got hurt about 2 years ago, and he had to relearn to walk. There was that
he
whole moment
back.
where he walked back onto the field.
Yeah, I remember that. He came back.
But then he released a video from his home yesterday. It was like a 5-minute video. The first 4 minutes, he was just talking about how thankful he is for the life he's had.
That's how you already know when they're gonna retire.
Oh yeah,
they start off like, "Oh, I'm so thankful."
Because he goes, "I'm just here to say that I love football. I've always loved football. I discovered it at 5 years old."
Any athlete that starts off their talk like that is like, "Oh,
football gave me a life that certain people could only dream of."
Like, all right, just say it.
And that felt so good to see. Honestly, like I've never been a Steelers fan. Shout out to my uncle Johnny, who's a diehard Steelers fan. And honestly, he took me to my first Pro Bowl game. That was the only NFL game I've ever seen.
Steelers is what I gotta say.
Fuck the Steelers, but Troy Polamalu and Ryan Shazier and James Harrison. Oh yeah, fuck Mike Tomlinson.
Yeah,
I saw you trip that motherfucker.
Yeah,
we're not gonna act like that didn't happen.
Okay, here's my thing.
Okay, so they were gonna treat Ray Rice,
people that cheat and this and that, like behind the scenes though. But this guy's blatantly on the field tripping a guy and nothing. That
was like Thursday Night Football live, dog.
Everybody's seen it.
Everyone saw it.
Everybody's seen it. Nobody did anything. Like,
yeah, probably because he's black.
Oh yeah, they could.
Yeah. As a black person, I hold you accountable for that. Mike Tomlin.
Post Colin Kaepernick?
During.
Was it before he started to kneel?
It was while he was still with the 49ers. So
he was kneeling.
It was while he was
49ers,
playing. It was while he was a good football player. So which was way before that because
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He had been a free agent for like 6 years at that point.
Because he's black. Why can't coaches become free agents?
They can.
Not really. Yeah, they just get let go.
Well, anytime they let go, so they have a contract with the NFL and they have a contract with the team.
Yeah, but you don't see like, oh, coach is up for free agency. Like somebody can come grab him. It's like, oh, coach gets let's go, and then
because the amount of give a fuck diminishes greatly when you switch from players to coaches.
Not really. Not when you talk about big name coaches, Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick.
Has Mike Tomlinson won a Super Bowl?
That's why I'm saying big name. Like no matter.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not talking about him specifically. I'm just talking about coaches in general. You never hear about a coach going free agent. I guess. Well,
that's really because there's like 4 coaches in the league that people really give a fuck about.
I could only name 2.
There's like Bill, Andy Reid, Tony Dungy.
And is he coaching still?
I think he just works for like ESPN.
Didn't he come back? Isn't he like with the Texans now or something? Because he was with the Buccaneers when he first started, and then he started broadcasting. I think he came out.
Tony, no, he was with the Colts. He was with the Colts. He was the Colts head coach for all the Peyton years.
But he came back.
I might be wrong. I haven't heard about that. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up. I just re-downloaded NFL and NBA.
I did the day after you did, or maybe the same day that you did because
it was like 1 or 2 days ago.
No, it must have been Thursday because that's when the season started officially. And
that was yesterday.
I downloaded it to watch it. Yeah, it was yesterday. I don't know what day it is.
4 people now. Okay, so
wow.
Anyway. It'll be recorded. People can watch after. Not everybody can tune in the whole time.
I guess not.
But it's okay. That's why we do the recorded episodes. Way more people get a chance to watch those because you can watch it on your own time. Like today, while I was driving home, I got stuck in a little bit of traffic. I was listening to episode 2 of Yana.
Dude, the other day, I think it was Thursday, yesterday. I caught mean traffic coming home. It took me an hour to get here from the shop.
Yeah, and you live way closer than I do.
It was like locked up, and I don't know if it was for a reason that I couldn't see because it was more down that side.
What day was that this week?
This was Thursday, yesterday. That's why I started watching the game because I was sitting in traffic.
Oh, yeah. I went home early yesterday, so I didn't.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So, and then I got an alert like at halftime just ended. So I was like, well, let me watch the game. And I watched it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, yeah.
I was at home. I was at home crying when that happened. I left work early yesterday because I had a panic attack.
Why?
Well, I want to say a little bit before Christmas last year, I started smoking weed again because me and you quit back in 2017 when we were trying to join the Air Force, and I had just been off it for a while. And I got to the point where, like our job allows it, and I have my medical card. And it's like there's no reason not to do it. And I've always either drank to go to sleep or taken sleeping pills to go to sleep, and I'd rather try to do something a little bit more natural that also benefits me throughout the day. And I have a real problem with anxiety and panic attacks, insomnia. I have all those things. And the way I dealt with that for the most part was playing violent sports like football, wrestling, rugby, so I got to get all that pent up shit out of my body every day. But after college, that's not really a thing anymore. And I would love to go to the gym and lift weights, but Ronies. Literally the day before the lockdown started, I had an appointment at Anytime Fitness to sign up. And like now, even if gyms are open, I wouldn't go to the gym until like the shit blows over. And then also at work, we're prohibited from going to the gyms, which I think is good. I'm all for that. It's shitty, but it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do.
It makes sense.
Yeah. What was I talking about? I was talking about working out.
We were talking about something.
It's gone. I had it, and there's that window where you have to like get it back, and it's gone. All right. So the Redskins are no longer the Redskins. Is that official? Or
you can look on top of the schedule and it says Washington football team.
Yeah, so they are no longer the Redskins. They are now the Washington football team, and the players are called the Washington football players. Which we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I think it's pretty stupid. I feel like they should have just let them be the Redskins, and mainly for the reason that, one, if it was really a problem that they were called the Redskins, it would have been a problem a long time ago. Well, that's a pretty recent issue that got brought up. And then two,
nobody uses not two for you, but like nobody uses that as a racial slur anymore. Like when I've never even heard anybody use it at any point in my life.
Your mom is like what, half Native American, and she's a diehard Redskins fan. Yeah. She's not even from Washington. She's from fucking Michigan. So someone who is a Native American isn't even fazed by the term Redskins, and now it's a big problem because a bunch of white people thought it was a problem. Okay,
do you want to continue with the Redskins thing, or
bring it?
Somebody texted me. I low-key want to know why Zeus had a panic attack yesterday.
Okay,
that's what you
should I talk about that first and then come back to the Redskins?
I think that's what you lost that you were talking about.
It is, yes.
Okay, well, because the Redskins is there.
Yeah. Okay. So what should I talk about? Because I have no problem talking about it, but
let's keep doing the Redskins then,
and then we'll circle back to that. I'll write it down. I'll write it down. Keep talking about the Redskins.
But yeah, it's like it was never a deal until all this Black Lives Matter stuff, and then I guess they were like, "Oh well, I guess we should consider all races," and then the Washington Redskins became Washington football team. And it's like you couldn't think of anything.
That was my second point, is the reason they're calling it the Washington football team is not that they couldn't think of something else, because they could have easily come up with another mascot.
Okay, but like let's come up with this. I don't know much about Washington, but like what's in Washington that's
they could just be the Nationals. Because the DC baseball team is but you can have the same
Washington thing. I mean you can, but come on.
They could be the Washington congressman.
That's dumb.
They could be.
Maybe this is what they went through.
They could be the Capitol Hill legislators.
Well, I think they gotta keep. Well, they don't have to, but they should keep the Washington something.
Yeah, they could be the.
Is Washington State or
DC.
Washington?
They're Washington
DC.
Yeah.
Okay,
which is something I didn't know until a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
because there's Seattle, which is the Washington State team, and then you have Washington, formerly the Redskins, which were the DC
football team.
Exactly,
which is weird because you're talking about.
Well, no, because they were like. Basically, the way PC culture is getting is you can't call anything other than exactly what it is anymore. So they're like, okay, well, people got mad about the Redskins after the fact. No one's talking about the Giants. We should stop calling them the Giants because there are real people out there over 7 feet who are offended by that. We should stop calling them the Ravens because there are no Ravens on that team. We should stop calling them the Lions because the Lions are African and that team is in fucking the Great Lakes area, which is mostly white people.
That's got nothing to do with it.
There shouldn't be the Sacramento Kings because there's no royalty from fucking Sacramento.
Okay, but those are just names that you can't get offended by.
No, but I'm saying this is the train of thought they were probably on when they decided on the Washington football team as the new official name for their NFL billion-dollar team. And they're basically like, well, no matter what we call it, people are going to have a problem with it. And since they want to be so PC,
That's
okay,
not true.
we'll go the most basic fucking thing we can do. We are now the Washington football team. It's like the Clippers after fucking Donald Sterling. They're like, oh, we're the Washington slave owners. We're the Los Angeles slave owners.
A hockey team or a baseball team that's the Cleveland Indians? I think it's baseball.
I think it's baseball.
But like, what about that? Is that not a thing too?
That's more of a slur than Redskins.
They don't like to be called Indians because
everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about that. I didn't know the Redskins was a problem until I heard people had a problem. Until I heard a bunch of white people had a problem with it.
I'll say the Cleveland Indians are a baseball team, but like, so why? Mm-hmm. They're not Indians. That's the whole thing about it, is that they're Native Americans.
Yeah, they're not the Maryland niggerlets.
The only reason why people call them Indians is because I think it was Christopher Columbus or somebody.
Well, they were trying to find a faster route to India.
They were trying to find a route to India, and they found
Louis C.K. had the great bit
America,
about that.
And they were like, "Oh, you guys are Indians." And they're like, "No,
it's a totally different place." And they're like, "You sure?" And they're like, "No, yeah, we're not.
We're
like,
Native Americans."
Like, you're Indians.
Yeah, like,
for hundreds of years
and
after.
Still, like,
yes. Which,
and even it's even a thing. Like, are you Indian like this or Indian like that?
Yeah, daughter
like,
feather. You know, are you fucking wind spirit Indian or shit spirit Indian?
Yeah.
Which is if you're from India,
are you in the eye of a sniper scope Indian
or eye of a fucking musket Indian? The side of a musket. I wonder, like, are Native Americans offended by custard? Because it's so close to custard.
No, they got casinos, so they can't.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. Yeah. So
these reservations.
The Native Americans complain about the land being taken from them, injustice and such, which is true. I'm not going to say that's not true and that the United States of America
did take the Native American land, which is the United States.
Name another conquered people who have been given land back.
But they gave it back. And it's like, yeah, they're not going to give you everything back, but they gave you a lot of it back.
And you don't have to work. They pay for everything.
It's a reservation where you
make your own laws.
You can do anything on that. It's yours. They literally were like, this is yours, and it's yours like 100%. No like taxes or laws on it. Like, this is yours.
And hey, Native Americans on reservations, that was with the intention that you would continue to pass down your culture and not wear flannels and do heroin. But I will say this:
big American casinos.
I will say this: I'm not mad at the casinos because that's a hustle.
I'm not mad at it.
They're making extra bank because the government pays for all their shit. But if they want other stuff,
but they be like complaining like, oh, they didn't give us like
close down the casinos. Same thing I say to all the Hawaiians. You know what makes me so mad? As someone who's born and raised in Hawaii, my son is Hawaiian, born and raised in Hawaiian. My wife is Hawaiian. My sister's Hawaiian. Everything about me and who I am is fucking 808 all day, dog. Maui built, Oahu grown.
Yeah.
All right. The shirt I see that pisses me off the most is Hawaiian by blood, American by force.
Oh,
that shit makes me so mad. First of all, as a Hawaiian, because do you know why Hawaiian culture and Hawaiian blood exist today? It's because Kalakaua and Pauahi put aside their pride and said, hey, we could fight back, but we already know what happened to the Native Americans.
Killed.
We already know what happened to the Native Americans, right? They all got fucking wiped out, or almost all.
Most of them.
Yeah. And the Hawaiians were very smart. That's a historically accurate thing.
There was much less Hawaiians than there were Native Americans.
But you can tell the Hawaiians were smart. They were one of the quickest indigenous cultures to pick up on Western literacy. Like one of the first things Hawaiians learned how to do was read and write English.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a written language at the time or written histories or anything like that. It was all oral.
You know what, too, is that it was in some weird way similar to English, whereas Hawaiian is mainly vowels.
Mm-hmm.
And in English, you need vowels to make words, which I never really thought about till now.
Well, in English is a mishmash of Latin, French, German.
I know that, but
but Hawaiian,
it's weird though. Like,
Hawaiian is mostly vowels that are accented by consonants, whereas in English, and then you go to the exact opposite, like Russian. Russian is mostly consonants accented by vowels. So I guess it's just a regional thing. But what pisses me off the most is I'm so thankful that Kalakaua and Pauahi had the foresight and the love for the Hawaiian people, the aloha spirit. They had the wisdom. They recognized their kuleana, which was not to uphold the monarchy. That was not their job as, not ali'i, as ali'i nui. That was not their job. Their job was to make sure that Hawaiians are still Hawaiians, that olelo is still spoken, that hula is still danced. You know what I mean? The Merry Monarch is living fucking proof that what they did was the right thing. The fact that they're Hawaiians, that the fact that there is a Kamehameha schools, the fact that olelo is still spoken as a main language, as a main form of communication.
Yeah.
And what's the number one most famous tourist destination in Hawaii? What's the most famous place in the world? If you're from fucking Papua New Guinea, where do you want to go on vacation? You want to go to fucking Hawaii,
right
dog.
Here.
You want to go to Hawaii. There are still Hawaiians today. I was lucky enough that these two monarchs, who were fully in their right to fight back to the death, they were 100% in their rights to do that, and didn't, because they wanted to create a world where they were still Hawaiians. BJ Penn said it on this interview for the Kauinoa thing. He was like, I would hate to go to a museum one day and see here was the last full Hawaiian, here were his bones. You know what I mean? The whole thing was building a nation. And part of that is building off the ideology and the spirit of aloha, which is very absent in a lot of mostly blooded Hawaiians nowadays. The aloha is gone. There is none of it there. And if you want to argue with me, message me. Not only will I argue with you, but I will knock you the fuck out if you talk some real shit to my face, because that's how strongly I feel about my kuleana to the Hawaiian culture.
And honestly, too, it's like, it was a bad thing that happened. Like, let's
would you rather be Chinese?
No, but let's talk.
Would you rather
be
part of a communist country?
Like, it's a bad thing, and what they did, they shouldn't have done. Just like the Americas, like they shouldn't have done that, but it happened.
Oh, that wasn't the American. It was the Americans that did that.
I mean, the Americas, like.
Oh well, yeah, for the Native Americans.
Yeah,
it's the same. It was the exact same thing.
It's the exact same thing happened, but it's like, well, you can say. Well, not you can say, but it's 100% a bad thing that happened, and probably they shouldn't have done it.
Piss, keep talking.
It was like a horrible thing, but on the flip side, would you rather not be American and be Chinese or Japanese? Because that would suck.
If that's how you really feel, take off your cotton poly blend clothes that are made by machines. Stop wearing shoes. Stop using your phone. Stop using the internet. Don't brush your teeth.
No, leave.
Yeah,
leave.
Or leave. Go somewhere else and be Hawaiian.
Leave.
Find your own fucking land. See how that goes.
Leave. Be grateful, because as much shit you want to talk about, we are taken care of and we are protected, and that's one of the things that protected us, or not one of the things, but the same people that took us over in a way are the same people that saved the islands in Pearl Harbor, because that's the whole thing, is that the Japanese were coming. We're coming to take over, but the United States was like, nah, fam. And it didn't matter what you were or who you were or where you were from, but they protected this place, and that's why we are all still here and we're living like this, and it's why we can do this podcast. If not, we would probably not be speaking. I probably wouldn't even be here. Let's be honest. None of us would be here. Nobody watching this, nobody listening to this, nobody that's going to watch this in the future would have ever even existed if that never happened. So be grateful. Yeah, bad things happen. That's life. Get over it. There's nothing we can do now about it. Life continues. Like, what more do you want? They protect us.
How do you think King Kamehameha united the United Islands? You think it was peacefully?
No, he killed
every motherfucker who stood in his way. They threw motherfuckers off the pulley, dog.
Yeah, but apparently that's not that bad of a thing
because he was Hawaiian too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like no, it's still the same.
Same thing with slavery. I'm white. You're white.
And black.
And black.
And black.
Yeah.
You know where slavery started? Black people on black people in Egypt.
Yeah. Who invented slavery? Black people.
Egypt's in Africa.
How do you think the Europeans got their slaves? You think a bunch you like 15 white dudes sailed down the Congo and brought 500,000 Zulu fucking warriors
they
to America against their will?
They sold them.
They were already slaves. Yeah, they were already
slaves to other people, and then somehow that got forgotten in history.
The United States.
Somehow that got forgotten in history that slaves started from black people.
How do you? Every black person whose lineage starts in the United States. Did you know that a black person sold your ancestors to some white people?
Yeah,
for guns and cocaine and stuff.
You can give the argument like, oh, the white people were more worse to the slaves. Like, it was they weren't slavery.
You ever heard of Joseph Kony?
It does.
Have you seen Beasts of No Nation?
What happened? It was slaves, nonetheless.
Get this.
Nobody talks about that. So
white people are so bad, right? Why is it that slavery doesn't exist in any white populated country in the world anymore? Then, huh? And why is it that the only place slavery still exists are in places where colored people are the majority? Well, why is it that in Africa, all the people who got left behind weren't taken as slaves are now enslaving and murdering each other, turning children into soldiers, raping, pillaging? Joseph Kony's still fucking out there.
Well, because I forgot exactly.
If white people are so bad, why is that?
For what I was gonna say, but it's something like the circle of life kind of thing. What is the saying? I'm an idiot.
What goes around comes around?
No. History repeats itself.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Lightning strikes twice.
Yeah. Look, and that's like what's happening. Like, yeah, Joseph Kony, a black guy in Africa.
Enslaving and raping black children.
His own people. And
those aren't white kid child soldiers. And there aren't white people making those child soldiers.
Also, on top of that, there were white slaves at one point.
Hell yeah! You think you think in the U.S. people? Before the Civil War there weren't white people that were picking cotton right next to your ancestors?
Even before that, before our black ancestors got there, somebody had to do it. Come on.
Okay, so here's my biggest thing, my real like nucleus to this argument. We could argue history and all that every day.
Argument once you learn the facts. The only argument is that slavery is bad, but slavery happened to everybody, to all ancestors. It happened to every race, to their own race.
It's in the Bible.
It happened to everybody. And the only thing that happened was that the black slaves were the best slaves, to be honest.
Well, I mean, physically.
That's what I mean. They were the best.
Black people are the fucking Lamborghinis of human bodies.
Do you not want the best thing?
That's what Get Out was about.
Do you not?
That wasn't racist. They were like, black people have the best bodies. We want their bodies. Yeah. I thought that was going to be a fuck white people movie, and that was more these white people are crazy movie.
And not to say like, yeah, it's fucked up, but it was that time period that it just happened. Like,
that's what you did. If you didn't have the people to do what you wanted to get done, you enslaved some fuckers and made them do it. How do you think we got all our railroads?
Like, if you just didn't want to do it,
the railroads weren't built by black people. Those were Chinese people that built all our railroads. And guess where all they are? They're all buried under our fucking railroads, just like the Great Wall.
Yeah.
And that shit's still happening over there. They're still killing their own people.
Oh, yeah.
That's what pisses me off the most about like all the Black Lives Matter stuff now is that
I want to do that too.
They're like, oh, yeah, the only people that kill black people are white cops.
That's a lie.
That's not true.
You see this movement? This is nice. We should move it away every time we talk.
You got me fucked up.
No, you do. Come on, Sway.
How, Sway?
How, Sway? How?
How, Sway? That was one of my favorite Kanye lines, actually. I usually hate like very black forward stuff.
Oh, fuck! When we get close, it gets pretty like.
Oh yeah, dog! It goes all fucking white TP YouTube poop. YouTube. It skips out and shit. But anyway, the whole Okay, Alicia.
That's exactly what I was
Who's
going.
just out here
Who's
vibing right now?
I got my boy Questlove
Hey,
with
hey,
his
if you guys haven't seen it yet,
wild-
go on YouTube and type in Alicia Keys, John Mayer, New Year's
And
Eve.
also, if you didn't know, Questlove got a huge Tonker truck in the back.
Dog, he got
dude.
that wagon,
He's
dog.
he on the top. Like if you just seen him like this, you would look about the same size as him. But then he stands up and it just goes like Squidward when he ate too much Krabby Patties. Like
He has your grandma's ass.
bigger. It's huge.
He looks like he was born sitting down, and his ass
Dude.
adapted to that.
It-
you know,
It was
and
that.
he is a drummer. He is a drummer.
It was that show that you showed me that I was like, oh, I knew he was a big guy, but I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know that his ass was 2 feet wider than
It's
his torso.
probably about as big as this table, not even lying.
Yeah, honestly,
Like if he sat on it, it would cover most of it.
dog. If Questlove and Lizzo sit down and they were the same height, Questlove would
That
be
ain't
taller.
happening.
Questlove
They
would be
ain't
taller.
sitting down nowhere near each other. I'll tell you. that
Yeah,
much.
different zip codes because
They'll start an
they
earthquake.
got miles of fucking cake on them.
They sit down next to each other, and we get a tsunami warning.
We'll see. Questlove lives on the East Coast and Lizzo lives on the West Coast, and that's what Cake by
Keep
the
it
Ocean
that
was
way.
about. That's
Keep
what Cake
it
by
that
the Ocean
way.
was about. Nick Jonas knew that both of their asses reached across
Cake party.
from sea to shining motherfucking sea, dog.
Oh.
Amber waves of taint. And purple people majesties.
Amber waves of stang.
Purple. Okay. Actually, on that, Amber Heard, who used to be married to Johnny Depp, did you hear about her pooping in the bed?
I didn't know either of those things, that she pooped in the bed or that Johnny Depp was married.
Yeah, so Johnny Depp got married to Amber Heard a while back.
I don't even know who Amber Heard is.
Insert famous, almost blonde white woman. But
How famous? Not how famous, but like how is she famous?
movies, I think. Movies and like
Actor?
modeling.
What is her name?
Amber Heard, but it's Heard spelled Heard. Look it up. Anyway, so it was kind of like a big thing within like pop culture circles because I mean, anything that happens with Johnny Depp is important. But
Who is she in?
look up her IMDb.
Oh, man, Rum Diary. The Rum Diary. Wait.
That was also a Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah. Wait. Is that? Oh, so the girl in that movie was actually his wife.
Right.
Oh, was. Okay, I didn't
So,
know that. All right. Yeah, I think that's the movie that Rachel
She
likes
accused
a
him
lot.
of spousal abuse and
She accused him?
things of that source.
I don't see him as that kind of guy.
I don't see him as any kind of guy except for what I saw him do today because that's Johnny. Now, that's not to say I'm not a fan of Johnny Depp.
Oh, I am.
Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
What is that? No, it
Chocolat?
might have been Edward Scissorhands. No, he
Chocolat?
was in something else.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No, it was
21 Jump Street, the original 21 Jump Street.
No.
You know,
it was around Edward Scissorhands.
There's this great
times,
video. Sweeney Todd,
Sweeney Todd is what
Shout
I'm
out
thinking
Ginger.
of.
Sweeney Todd.
Todd.
the demon barber of Fleet Street. He also had that evil bitch from Harry Potter, played his wife.
Dude, he's awesome.
Honestly,
I haven't met him, but from
I'm
what
such
I
a
hear,
big fan of
he's
Johnny
an
Depp.
awesome guy. Like he's not one of those dickhead famous guys where he's like,
he's what me and you would have been had we not had families. He's one of those
Probably.
drug guys
He's
that
just
like
out
is
there.
just like into getting fucking, super fucked up and all that. Like he was best friends with Hunter
"Does
S.
he have
Thompson.
kids?
He might.
See what I mean?
I don't know, but he's not a family man like
I
we are.
Doubt he has kids, honestly.
Like you and I, we're the real American dads. Fuck
Yeah.
Peter Griffin. Fuck
No,
Quahog, Rhode
you
Island.
ain't thinking of Peter. That's Family Guy. Thinking of Stan
It's all
What
fucking
is his
Seth
name?
MacFarlane. Stan Smith.
Smith. Wait, what was I gonna look up? Oh, if he has kids. What is his
Damn.
name? Johnny Depp.
Damn, if that wasn't my mama. Damn, that's my mama.
Oh, he does.
Mom,
He has
mom, if you're watching, look up Damn, That's My Mama on YouTube. And there's a character on American Dad who does like R. Kelly
Okay.
parodies.
So he has.
I think you'll think it's funny. That's not how I feel about you, but you'll think it's funny.
Johnny Depp has a daughter that's named Lily Rose Melody Depp that was born in '99, and a son John Christopher Jack.
Those are
Depp
good
III.
celebrity kid names. Have you heard like some of the fucked up shit celebrities name their
It will
kids?
just be regular, dude.
Well, dude, it's getting so fun, especially if you're from Hawaii.
Just be regular.
Everybody from Hawaii who's listening, if your
Just
kid's name
be
starts with an X or a ZH,
regular.
fuck you. You made up that
Honestly.
name. Jaston, fucking Zeridance,
Jiraxton
fucking Jiracula.
with an X. Like,
Honestly,
be regular. Come on.
name your kid a real name or something that doesn't sound
Yeah.
like they're gonna have a drop
Like,
Nissan
you can-
and cheat on their
You
girlfriends.
can still be unique with a regular name. Like, I feel like Cleo is kind of unique. And honestly,
and
the only reason
it's a combination of mom and dad's name.
well,
so
no,
it's
it's
even
just my name mixed up.
Oh yeah, that's
My
right.
legal name mixed up. That's all it is. And it's pretty unique and I like it. Like, it sounds nice. And I never even thought of it. Rika thought of it, which is lovely. And
I'm
that's
looking
why
at,
I love her.
the weird.
That's why I do
things.
dirty things to her.
You should do dirty things to her.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys out there,
I hope Cleo does not hear this one day.
she will, and she'll understand because she'll be
She'll be old enough.
She'll
by the time.
be a strong woman with very solid foundations and a great sense of humor because she'll be your daughter.
You know what? Izzy's gonna hear this first.
Yeah,
Damn.
and you know what? She's gonna be the one to tell.
She'll be
She's gonna
prepared.
tell her little
She'll be
sister, like, hey,
prepared.
hey,
That's
fucking
your
figure
dad.
your shit out.
That's your
That's
dad.
dad. Hey, you
Yeah.
know all those My Little Ponies you fucking love? Who bought those?
Yeah.
Huh?
You're right.
Huh? Who donated half of their DNA to create you?
Yeah.
Huh?
You're right.
Huh?
You're right.
You don't know shit, Cleo. Because you know how older sisters are always mean as shit to
Yeah.
their younger sisters.
For no reason.
Yeah. I feel like your girls are gonna have a better opportunity to not have that though, because
They won't have it at all.
Izzy's very lovey-dovey. Like there's a lot. Most girls I feel like are like super jazzed to be big sisters, whether it's to boys or girls.
Yeah.
But I feel like
if it's girl,
I feel like
on
Izzy is
girl,
more
well,
predisposed to
sounds
that.
Wrong. Girl on girl.
I feel like Izzy
If
is
it's
just waiting for the day
two
she can
girls.
watch Cleo by herself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
which is great. It's on.
Because even now
If-
she's like trying to be like about it, but like too much where she doesn't understand. She's 5 years
5,
old
yeah.
and she wants to be.
Her
a big
heart's in the
part.
right place.
But it's like, okay, if Cleo was like 2 years old, not that much of a problem, but she is pretty brand new still, so you got to be careful around the head area mainly.
Has she made a month yet?
And 4 days.
4 days. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a second.
She's
So much
she's still
happens every
new.
week that it feels like a while.
It did. I was like, how? And then I looked and I was like, oh, it hasn't even been a month.
And then we've been waiting for Cleo for a year almost, you know.
it felt like 2. And then when
Yeah.
this COVID shit happened, it just made things seem so much longer.
April 2020 was the longest year of my life. Like,
But you know what's crazy too? Like, as long as stuff seemed like the months seem long, like it's September already. It's
Mhm.
almost next year.
mm-hmm.
You know what I was talking about too? With the wife. There
You
ain't
just turned
gonna-
22.
that too, but there ain't gonna be no Halloween.
Fuck, dude. It hurt bad enough when I had to stop
And I was
trick-or-treating
like-
because me and Trey got a gun pulled on us by a guy at a house. We went trick-or-treating junior year of high school. You know, junior year of high school, like 16. And we went trick-or-treating with Trey's younger brother and sister who were in elementary school. They were like 4th and 3rd grade, you know, and we dressed up with them. And we bring these 2 adorable little kids up to this guy's house. And we're like, trick-or-treat. And goes, not for you. And we're like, what? And then he pulled out a fucking gun, dude. Like a Desert Eagle.
Okay.
It was Ocean Point, so he was probably a Marine or, you know, something like
Fuck
that.
him.
Honestly, if it was just me and Trey, whatever.
I mean, don't have
fucked
to pull
up.
a gun though.
Fucked up, but didn't have to do that. And Trey's white, so don't say he was racist because my best friend was white and I seem pretty white if you talk to me. But pulled a real, I know a real gun when I see one.
Yeah.
This was before I did a lot of drugs. I know a
Yeah.
real gun. That was a real gun he pulled on us in front of a bunch of other kids. Like there were a bunch of other kids before and behind
Well,
us
what
with
I
their
was
parents.
saying though is like,
It's so sad.
like Halloween isn't a big thing for me, but it's like it's a good time. But it's like I hope they don't have Halloween this year just because of all the stuff. It's like, yeah, you just can leave the candy out and this and that, but it's like the people are touching it and then your kids can touch it and it can get traveled around that way. And it's like the smart thing to do would not be to have it. And that's
Right.
kind of probably be the first time in history
You know what we should do?
that it's Halloween got canceled kind of thing.
Let's make a haunted house for our kids back here.
I always wanted to make a haunted house.
Let's build a haunted house
think
just for
they're
our kids.
Too young to
What?
do it.
No.
I don't want to scare the shit out of them.
Let's fuck them up, dude. Let's
They're not
traumatize
gonna
them.
sleep for like a week.
I don't give a shit. I'm up anyway. And they
True.
can't stay up that late. Even if they're scared to death, they'll fall asleep at 10 p.m.
They will, but I mean, we'll think about it.
And we'll be daddies
will
will be right there. It's gonna be me and you taking them through the haunted house.
Well, then who's gonna be in it?
Fucking Mountie and shit.
He got kids though.
Is what's her face gonna let him bring Shiloh?
That's not the point. He should have the opportunity to be with Shiloh.
Okay. We'll have some of our non-childhood
That's what I mean.
friends
We
do
gotta
it.
talk about it.
I know Tobarino and Captain Tennessee would be down to,
Well,
help us operate our haunted house.
But see, that's
and Early Bird.
Like, I wanted to do it.
Shout out Earl.
I wanted to do it where it was a thing like the neighborhood could come through, but it's like obviously it's probably not going to be a
for a while
thing.
At least, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it would be nice to kind of do it, but then at the same time, it's going to be kind of a letdown where it's like, oh, we run it one time through, and then none of the kids are going to want to go through again after that. So it's like,
no, that's what I want. I want kids. No, see, here's what'll happen.
I mean, our kids. Like if we had a neighborhood thing and like anybody could come in, then yeah, we run that shit all night.
Yeah, I know, but
one of my things
we got to test
too
it out on our
about
kids.
the Halloween thing is that people start shutting off their candy at like 8 o'clock, dude. Fuck you. I'll be out there till 1 a.m. If you come strolling
remember,
by,
we used to start off.
Also,
we used to walk to Ever Beach Road.
Also, I'm buying them big candy bars. I ain't giving you them
Fuck
little
that
shits.
minis.
Fuck you.
I don't do that shit.
If you come to my house, you getting the real shit.
You're getting the full
I don't
size
even
whatever
like
it
candy,
is.
but I know
he doesn't eat fucking sweets. He
I
doesn't
know
like candy.
that you don't want those little shits. You deserve the big shits. I'll get the big Snickers, the big pack of Skittles, the whatever. And
well,
your
because when it
parents will
comes to
hate
kids,
us. Not hate us.
When it comes to kids, I
like,
feel like
oh.
it's our responsibility as adults at large in the world to make the world a magical place for children, because that's when we were kids.
And you know what?
We believed in Santa.
You always
we
knew
in
that
Easter
house.
Bunny.
You always knew that house in Ocean Point that they gave out the real candy bars.
I mean, any house in Ocean Point. Shout out.
Not
Point
all
peeps.
of them. Not all of them.
The ones
but
by
you knew
the ones by the
ones.
zipline park.
You knew the good ones that gave out the real shit.
Mm-hmm. The ones by
And
fucking.
I used to go.
The ones by Amanda and Trey's house. Yeah, dog.
I used to eat candies, but not anymore.
Well, I feel like it's our responsibility as adults now to make the world magical for our kids. Like Dylan, I tell him to brush his teeth, because if he doesn't brush his teeth, he'll turn into a monster. And he loves scary movies.
Oh,
he really fucks with scary movies.
What? Izzy lost her first tooth, like maybe.
Yeah. You guys did the door thing, yeah?
Yeah, but then
I never did that. I was always too scared.
Okay, so the whole thing with that, I was like telling Erica, why are you even doing this? You know how she's gonna react. And as soon as it happened, she broke down and all this. And I was like, whatever after that. But then so we told her, oh, you gotta put your tooth under the pillow so the fairy
that scare her?
No, the tooth fairy comes but
gives you money.
Forgot.
Oh, you didn't tell her?
No. We told her that it would happen.
Put the money.
We fell asleep. We went in the room and fell asleep, and then she woke up. But then we are like, oh, because the COVID, she couldn't come, and you were acting.
She mailed it. She mailed it in.
No, but then we were like, well, maybe there was a lot of people, so she forgot, and then the next night we got it. But we were like, oh fuck, how did we forget that on the? Well, not forget it. We didn't forget it. We just just had a new baby.
While that kind of stuff is lying to your kids, I feel like it's important. That's an important thing to do.
Come on,
because you have to make the world magical.
You lied to your kids for 12 years about everything, like Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all that, until they
why mom and daddy locked the door to the room in the middle of a Saturday.
Until they figure out why you.
Hold on, the wife's calling.
But it's for good reasons. I gotta piss too, so we'll take a little break.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now. Hey, what's up, man? Who? Oh, sorry, I was responding to the chat. Huh? Are you still coming? Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. I love you too. Tune in on YouTube. Okay. I love you. Bye. Hey, Mon, what's going on, Mon? We gotta. Oh, hey, we're back up to 9 people now too. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. It's getting stanky. See, this is what I love about the live stream, because with the recorded episodes, I always feel like we have to be like concerned about time, because not everybody has the time to listen to like an hour plus podcast.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, the Mon's got something to tell you. That shit's always interesting.
Oh yeah.
Text one of us and tell us what you have to tell us. Did he text you? No. Okay, me either. But yeah.
I think I know what it is though. Or I can take a guess.
What is it? Can you talk about it?
I'm just thinking that he's got the tabs.
Oh.
That's what I think it is, but I have no idea.
He's got the tabs. I talked to him about it last weekend.
Wait, what? Did you get hacked? You see that?
I did get hacked. No, that's the missus.
Oh, I was like, yeah. What the fuck?
I have YouTube Premium on my personal account, and I told her to tune in. Hi, baby. I love you. Dylan, say hi to mommy on the camera. That's his version
I was
of hi.
Tripping out hard. Like,
oh yeah, that got me
like,
for a second.
You're sitting here. I thought you put the first one, and then the second one came up, and I was like, nah, his phone is there.
Hi, baby. I love you.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
That threw me off. You gotta
That threw me off on a big one.
Yeah. Oh, that would be even bigger.
I'd fight him.
Was Marigold? I doubt Marigold was in this. I wouldn't blame
Marigold's out of commission today.
Yeah. he was dying today.
Huh?
I'm on.
Well, we got a call from the
Should I put you on speaker?
That's not possible, baby.
Okay. You're on speaker.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. This is Armand. This is the good friend. Shout out Loops Crew on Instagram. Welcome on.
Happening. Check this out, right?
What's up?
Right.
So, Lord of the Rings, right? You know Lord of the Rings?
We
right.
know that.
Frodo and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like, see, what did you just say? You just said Frodo and Sam. You know, everybody's always like,
no, babe.
Frodo, Sam this, Frodo, Sam that. No. Merry and Pippin.
That last comment, no.
Why Merry Pippin?
They took all the lickings, they took all the beatings, took all the bullshit, got captured just to help Frodo.
What about Legolas?
So he can come back and save all of us.
What about Legolas?
Why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mount Doom in the first movie?
No, Legolas and Legoland is doing their own thing. Merry and Pippin. Why? Because they help the main guy push him up so he can come back and save all of them.
No, that was Sam. That was Sam, not Merry and Pippin.
No, Sam didn't do nothing but eat the crackers.
He ate the crackers.
Oh, you a fucking golem, motherfucker. Fuck you. You two-faced.
We should have did this interview in Foodland. It would have been way better.
I saw Mon in Foodland last weekend, and we had a good combo.
Love you,
Love
Mon.
you too, Mon. You got to come on
Need
for
to get
real
you guys
soon.
on the mixtape. We want to drop the mixtape, and we want to drop the album.
Oh, we got to get together soon. We got to get
well,
together.
you can't drop the album because the Escabangles ain't featured yet.
That's what I just said. Yes.
Yeah, we got to. It's been a while. We do got to get together.
It's been way too long.
Guarantee. Meet me Foodland anytime.
Foodland anytime.
Coronado Sunrise.
Damn on.
All right.
Yo, I'm listening.
Come on,
Love you.
Love
you, Mons.
That was the Mon. Mon is one of our best old friends ever.
The guy.
Oh, look, we got a message retracted. What'd you retract, babe? It's so weird saying my name. in the chat.
It's just you from another dimension, bro.
Yeah. If you pan down, my foot is actually on my phone on the floor
Oh,
doing all these
you going with
comments.
the toes.
I'm ambitoasterous. You go way too well. I actually said it on this one and one of the earlier live streams, so I think if it was going to be a problem, it would be already.
Did you?
She says, "I'm your subconscious messaging via YouTube." You are my subconscious. That's why we're soulmates, because what I'm really feeling and what I'm thinking is everything you say.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it said who's spitting on faces. I was like, what?
He would never do that.
No, that's why I was confused.
He would do my idea for Burning Man, which is spray acid in people's faces. Not like hurting acid, but like psychedelic acid.
You know, I heard this thing from somebody that there's this thing where wherever they were, they couldn't get acid. And there was one guy that had the acid, but he would take it all. And so for like $10, you'd pay him and he'd spit in your mouth, because he would just hold the acid in his mouth and he would just spit in your mouth.
That's too much.
To give you some hits.
Regardless of the unsanitariness of that setup.
I mean, this wasn't recent. This was like years ago, but
if you know anything about acid, if someone was to spit acid into your mouth, that's too much acid. That's way too much.
And he was doing them hitters, though.
No, those are them sleepers. Those are when your brain goes to sleep and wakes up in another reality and never comes back to this one. All right, I've been there with them on. Yeah, the cabangos hit the free flow. They do.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You and me and the Mon have gone up the tree before.
I haven't. I'm the one that hasn't.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
Right.
We were supposed to, but then
life.
Yeah. I haven't yet.
One day. But anyway.
Nothing. I'll talk to you about that after. I was just looking at something.
Oh, yeah. So I was supposed to talk about my panic attacks.
Did you not get to that?
No, because we started talking about the Redskins.
Oh,
and then we got off from
we
there.
went off.
Okay. So mental health section of the live stream. I have a family history of mental illness. And I've seen professionals, and I don't have any of the mental illness that is hereditary for me, but I do have my own, which is I have anxiety disorder. I have borderline personality disorder. I have insomnia. And that gives way to me being an interesting person. And now while I have a great support system, whether it be Bonzo or my wife and my son, my mom, my grandfather, my cousins, I have a really great support system. I have a really great family who's always there for me, and I'm eternally grateful. But one of the problems when you have mental disorders and mental issues is that no matter how much help, that read. No matter how much help you have, those are always going to be your problems. Like one of the biggest issues for me is I have a very low amount of self-worth, and I don't think of myself very highly. And that's not to say like, well, it is to say that I do have a very deep-seated hate for myself. And that's something that I struggle against every day. And anybody who knows me personally knows I'm a very positive, happy-go-lucky person. And that's who I really am on the inside. But there is this other side of me, there's always going to be this part of me that's always arguing against that. And you know that very well. Bonzo has literally saved my life on more than one occasion from myself. Do with that information what you will. If you know me personally, you can talk to me about it. I'll tell you what happened. But I've had insomnia from a very early age, like probably like preschool age, when I could recognize that, other kids and other people could go to sleep and I couldn't. And Okay, so my wife just texted when my mom was talking in the chat earlier about knitting a sweater.
I'm at
and
home hitting a sweater.
if you guys are real Yana fans, you know my mom started smoking weed a couple months ago, and she thought sweater was a new strain of weed she hadn't heard about yet, which is just so great. Like all of you out there whose moms don't do drugs and smoke weed and drink, just imagine your mom starts smoking weed and she's like, "Yo, you try that sweater yet? I'm blind as fuck off that shit." Anyway, that's the funny idea. But back to the mental health talk. From a very early age, I had insomnia, and not more than anyone else, but I've just had a lot of trials in my life when it comes to family and my living situation until my living situation didn't get stable until like last August, like about a year ago. You know, like this month makes a year that I've lived in one place that I paid rent for. I don't hate the people I live with. I actually love them more than anyone in the world. I'm so happy. I finally have a place to call my own that I can also call home.
Yeah. How's that?
It's great, honestly. Like I said on the Storytime live stream, like we've got shit down packed now. You know, me and you, we've got our own places, we've got our own families, we've got jobs, we've got cars. Like all the basic, like successful adult boxes are checked. No,
I guess this is what I've been doing wrong. I've just been sitting too far back. Now I can just I have a bad posture.
Well,
so I like
ultimately, you should be sitting closer to the microphone than anyone.
Yeah, but that's why I keep like sitting up, but then I sit back because I want to be comfortable. But now I can.
So move your microphone back.
I tried that, but I sit so far back that it can't reach. But now I'm good because I don't have to move anymore. I'm just sitting
forward.
That's what I just did, and I don't know why I haven't done that.
Well, I told you to do that like 6 times, and you're just like, something with the microphone.
Oh, well, this is nice right here.
Yeah, it is. It's great to hear you. It's great to hear you. I know everybody loves hearing me. 1DD. Turns out sweater was so small, bugger was past the Pico. Zapdos. Pleekless.
One diddly diddly.
Speak our language.
Oh my God, you killed my ear on that one.
You can't hear anyway.
I heard it on my one good ear. That was loud. That was extra loud. Jeez.
This is us. Anyway, what was I talking? My mental health. Okay, so panic attacks. So
can you hear that too?
Yes, I can feel it too.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. Great. Busting on my head. But money in a Portmore. But money in England. But money in Portmore. You wanna know what my man think? I great busting on my head. You got all them a stink. All of a connection. All on the boom. Busting on my head. Busting on my head. Busting on my head. Hands around, I'll put your hand. Dance till you dead.
Oh, I don't know if they can hear it as good as we can hear, but that shit has some bass.
Dog. Yeah, that was the 808 right there.
Yeah. Wait, what do you say? What you call a walrus with no ding ding?
Asian.
What? I don't know, Human. What do you call a walrus?
Tell us, Human, what you call a
ding-ding?
walrus for no ding ding. Take a screenshot now, babe.
I just seen. What am I doing?
Oh, should we do it backwards?
I don't know if they're saying nonchalant.
Wait, so the regular way is this way. This is
way.
76, but it's reversed on this camera.
Is it? Can
Yeah.
they see it regular? So do we have to do?
Yeah, like that.
How do we do it? Like that?
See how it looks like 76 on there? Let me tell you how I told Jakaya how to do it after he did it wrong on on Instagram. You look at me. Stick your right thumb out. Put your hand down. This is how I taught my
So
CrossFit
we
trainer
were
in
doing it
U-Haul.
right, but I guess it's just flipped on the screen. So this is us doing it correctly.
Does this look right, babe? Do it normal. Okay,
This
Nevers,
is-
we'll do it normally.
This is normally. Is that not correct?
I guess
on
it's
your
backwards to us and it's the right way to them.
Is
maybe
this right for you guys? Does this look like a 7? Because it is backwards for us, not the one. Okay, so
No,
we got to
this
do
one?
it backwards.
Should we do this one? Or should we do? Yeah.
Wait,
right there.
yep. Is it normal or no?
I can't tell who's
Wait.
telling the truth.
Are we right or no?
Your left Zeus right. What? Let me oh.
Well, the spades will never be backwards.
Yeah, that's the spade no matter what. I sent screen to who?
I heard my phone.
Probably to me. If you send them to you, I'm gonna be mad.
Mine are blurry. I
Well,
can't even
I'm
tell
hitting
if
his
we're.
sweater. She's still talking about the stuff my mom said.
I can't tell if we're doing it right or not. Look how blurry it is.
Dude,
All
dude,
of them are bad.
dude, I couldn't read that. And my eyes are okay.
You're not listening.
Well, I told you to fucking come over here.
Yeah, you can
So-
be here. Yeah, it is probably iPhone. Well, I thought it was that, but sometimes Rika sends me stuff and it's blurry,
Oh,
and other
Carnita's
times
just Snapchatted
it's
me.
fine. So
I
I
got a
don't know
Snapchat
what
from
it is.
Carnita Live.
I need to
gonna
wash
text
my
him.
armpits. What does that mean? Your girl said she needs to wash.
Oh,
She
well,
was?
just go ahead.
Was she her armpits before, or
No, but just go ahead.
is she now?
Well, oh,
Wait.
she said she's not here because she was supposed to come tonight, but she's not here because
No,
she needs to
Ehu
shower.
said that he needs to be here.
Oh,
That's what.
she was talking about the conversion of the image
Oh.
because you know how iPhone to Android will just fuck up the
yeah,
quality.
because she took the picture of us last. Wow, what? You can be here. Kayo Viola Santiago. Que kuna.
Yeah, just say his full legal name on the podcast,
It's on there already.
not the whole thing. Oh, never mind. It seems so. I think of Hawaiian names as so much longer of a thing in my head because I actually process all of the syllables.
Oh no, see, when we do it, it is the right way. It
Okay.
shows backwards for us, but
Okay, cool. Ballsack legal.
oh yeah, see, there's a good one.
Yeah. We
Thumbnail
we
material.
gotta figure out a way to get this shit more streamlined. Like where we're
What?
not just reading shit off our phones while we're live streaming. I feel like I paid so much money for this computer in 2020, and this computer came out in 2020 that I should be able to do more shit.
Oh yeah, well, why you gotta have a Zeus?
Well, you spelled Zeus wrong for the 50 millionth fucking time. The E becomes before the fucking U. Just in case you guys didn't know, my name is Zeus. That's my real name. That's my legal name. Hashtag federal government. My name is Zeus. Zeus Jackson. My name is Zeus Jackson. That's my legal name. Look it up. If you don't find it, that's because you're a fucking simp.
E before you, except after.
Why? I don't know. That was just the fucking what?
Yeah.
Okay, so now my wife is just trying to hurt me emotionally live on the podcast. And luckily I'm sweating so my tears will blend in. But yeah. I am UOU. Okay. Thanks,
Oh,
Nevers.
it's funny.
Thanks for piling on, Nevers.
it's
Just like you did when
funny.
you put your knees into my fucking kidneys.
Dude,
I remember that.
scrotum.
You know I pissed blood because of you?
E cannot go before you, because then it'd be like, ooh, hey.
Well, what is that anyway?
Ew.
Or hue?
No,
Like a green
E cannot
hue?
go before. Well, no, the E is wait.
That's Hawaiian though. We're talking English.
no, but the E is after everything on that when he put that. It doesn't. Hey, Ehu, I got something for you. Look,
Eh,
no, no, no,
eh,
no, no, no.
eh,
Look,
oh
look,
my
look,
olelo.
look. Do it,
Oh my olelo American.
do it with me because you know what I'm about to do, and this is for Ehu strictly.
Anyway. Oh my olelo Americana. Which is the Hawaiian way to say we're speaking American. And I don't know if that's correct. And anybody who does know that if it's correct or not, fuck you. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
Rabba.
Well, why you get the rub? See, that's the thing I love about Ehu the most is no matter what he says, if you were to read it, it wouldn't make sense. And to me and you, it might make sense.
Nobody else.
But even to me and you, it still doesn't
Yeah.
kind of make sense. You guys sucky good at everything.
It's the opposite. We
No.
good
We're
'cause
horrible
suck at
because we suck at everything. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's why everybody hates us. That's why any like good athlete, people hate them. Except Steph Curry. He's the only exception.
We suck at everything. That's
Anybody
why
who
we're good.
hates Steph Curry, you're right to hate Steph Curry because he's light skinned, he has a patchy beard, and his wife outglowed him.
But if you hate us, you got no reason because we suck at everything.
Aloha wa Yahweh, Herman. There's some Hawaiian for you.
Look at your hair.
Shout out Mrs. Escobango. She does my hair. Does it look good?
It does.
Yeah?
I just looked at it now.
Just last night, she cut my hair, Mrs.
looks-
Escobango.
Not saying it doesn't look good now, but like I don't know. You can see more of the details for some reason.
Well, you know what? Because when it's long on the sides,
Well, no,
the
I mean
sides
just
grow
like
way
looking
longer.
at it now and looking at it in the what they're seeing, it looks. You can see like
lighting.
skin fade and then black and then blonde. I guess I can see it right now too, but I don't know.
I can say this: like, not only did I find the woman that I'm meant to be with, that I love more than
Oh.
anything, and that, like, you know, we have this real personal
That
connection,
was my favorite part too.
and I mean, I just feel so lucky. And you know me, like, I was against the whole notion of having a family, of being married and having kids.
You didn't want it.
I did not. But that's because I thought I was truly of the belief that there were not people out there who would be happy to have me be a husband or a father to them.
I told you were wrong.
And you were right. And you're right. But I wasn't in the place where I could have listened to you. But not only
True.
do I have this amazing woman who's the backbone to my entire life and honestly has replaced you in that fashion, because you were that before that.
Yeah.
And now,
And I'm happy for that.
yeah, it's weird because it's not like I give less of a fuck about you, because
It's
I
just
still
that
give
you
the same
have-
amount of fucks.
But they overdid that.
It's like the Grinch. My heart grew fucking 76 times that day. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I only had room in my heart for you and our close group of friends, and my wife and my son came into the picture, and it's like, not only do I have the room for all of you, but even more people. Like, all the people we work with, those are still, I've only known them from a year now.
That's what I figured out too, is that nothing changed since I got a family. The only thing is that
I do listen. You don't talk. My wife promotes plus size stuff because I'm plus sized. She's not plus size. She's a beautiful, sexy woman, but I'm plus size, and she's very supportive of that. And chalk it up to the million reasons why
but
I love her.
it's like nobody.
XOXO, baby, I love you so
All my
much.
people that were here before I had my own.
Your
family,
size is fucking mystical.
all my people were.
It's not
here
even realistic. It's
before
mystical.
I had my own family, and then once I got my family, these people stayed here. It's just that my family went here.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changed. It's just that there was more in my life that I didn't know I could care more about something, but it happened. And
Mhm.
those people that I cared about, I still care about 100% till the end. It's just now, before I do something, I think about that. Where before I didn't think about anything
No,
because I just thought about
nothing
being with
else.
them. Those
It used
people
to
that
piss
were
me off
here.
so much because I would ask him like, "Oh, you want to go do this? You want to go do that?" And he'd be like, "I don't know, whatever." It always pissed me off because it's like,
Because
he's
I
my
was
best
the down
friend.
guy.
I know I'm his best friend, so I'm like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And he goes, "Oh, we'll see."
Oh, there it
And
is.
it's like,
right
"Oh, how
there.
the fuck does that feel?"
There's the hitter right there.
Hi, Mrs. Escobango.
There's
One of the
that
two.
hitter
One of
right
the.
there.
One of the two Mrs. Escobangos.
Yeah,
There's two of
right
them,
now.
but people won't know which is which.
No, right now. No. I ain't
But
saying nothing, but I'm
It's
saying
honestly,
a whole lot.
it's so good to see this Miss Escobango smoking cigarettes again, because that's what when I met this Miss Escobango, she was all about that cig life, you know.
She keeps thinking for some reason that she wasn't, and I keep telling her you were 100%, but she's like, no, I
No, you
stopped
were.
by then, and I was
That's
like,
why
no,
I was
you
so
didn't.
excited to see you guys start smoking again, because it's like fuck, I never had to stop, and I know how good it is.
I never heard somebody sound so excited for you.
It is Curtis Jackson. Well, because everybody else was hating. It's just Curtis Jackson.
What? Is your dad's like family name Kurt Jackson?
No,
Who is he talking to?
me.
Is your dad's last name Jackson?
No,
Is his middle
it's
name
a
Jackson?
joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't fucking.
My grandma's maiden name is Robinson.
So it should be Turnson
No,
or Jack Turn.
no.
I don't know. I'm gonna pee again.
She
'Cause I
is
have the
related to
weakest
Jackie
bladder of all.
Robinson.
If you're pregnant out there and you think you have a weaker bladder than me, you're wrong.
Drink.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so. I came to this live to talk to myself. No. You came here to talk to us. And you can. Or you could be here and talk to us. I just had to make it fix. What? Oh. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up soon. Yeah, we have. I didn't realize it. Spit one bar. I think I can do that.
Hour and 46 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the ultimate closing.
It sounds loud on my phone.
Yeah, it sounds loud because I'm close to it. I talk at my regular volume.
We can't hear exactly how loud it is to everybody else.
That too. I'm probably talking louder because I can hear myself talking. But like this, like I can hear myself super good.
Yeah, it's
But you probably can't hear me.
I only know it's loud when I see Toronto
You got loud a couple times and it hurt my ear. Because only one side works anyways.
Because Photo never gets that loud anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Molly. Have you been in here the whole time or you just got here? But I love you too, bro. Yeah, I guess that's how we're going to close it out. We'll play an instrumental and we'll spit on it. That's a good way because they said that. That's a
Trying to hear
good
us
way.
spit on some instrumentals,
Yeah.
dog? We could do
I
that.
think that this is a good one.
Love you too, Molly. Mauna Kea is the mountaintop. Mauna Kea is the mountaintop. Kukia Imona on the mountaintop. Big island, big mountain is the mountaintop. It's Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa beat drop. Everybody wanna hear that shit stank on the YouTube live every Friday. Yeah, this shit rank. Everybody know that spit that I do. Everybody hear the words that I say and they wanna hear Zeus and Bones Boy and Pablo Escobango on the track. Every Friday night, yeah, they keep coming back. Keep coming, hear me spit. Yeah, I know it sounds like shit, but everybody smells their fingers after they scratch their ass.
Play it on yours. Big money porno with the human mystic. Mauna Kea coming and he gonna wanna riff it. Susie boy coming and he making all the noise, but we jamming and we slamming and we making all the poise. So me gonna hit it up and me gonna rub a dubber. We gonna hit it up and me gonna wanna shower. Me gonna hit the left and me gonna hit the right, and that's why we doing it on Friday night, because the podcast coming in you now you see, because the podcast are coming in you can't wait, because you know we riding dirty, you know we riding 4-stroke, and we coming hit it on the mystically 4-stroke.
Bad man in Portmore.
Bad man in England.
Bad man in England.
Right.
Hey, shout out everybody. We just made a Twitter. So follow Yana Podcast on Twitter. You know how to spell it. If you don't, fuck you.